So The Sound of Freedom has finished number one at the box office on a daily calculation right here. And check this out, Jay. Sound of Freedom,
Yeah.
$14 million compared to Indiana Jones 11.6. Here's the big deal here. Number one, you've got Sound of Freedom at $14.5 million budget versus Indiana Jones with a reportedly $330 million budget. Some people seem to think it's even higher than that. An iconic character, a legendary franchise, and Disney has completely screwed this up. Look at the amount of theaters.
That is huge.
Indiana Jones had 2,000 more theaters.
Yeah.
2,000.
Double.
That is crazy. So this is insanity to me. Now here's what's crazy. You've got mainstream outlets. Some of them are reporting it, like they should be. Look at this headline right here. These people are fucking freaks, man. These people are freaks. So The Sound of Freedom is a movie that was not necessarily on my radar, but because of all of the people, I am going to go see it as soon as humanly possible, hopefully this weekend. But it really centers around human trafficking. And we live in this world where Hollywood and corporate America want to make up things to be worried about. Oh, diversity, inclusion, representation, yada, yada, yada. Now you have a film that's tackling a real issue that's going on. I think something special is happening with this movie because word of mouth has become the most powerful tool in Hollywood. It's not about marketing anymore. Again, marketing is important. I mean, it's always going to be important. The more you can put something out there, if you're spending money, if you're advertising, if you're showing trailers, marketing is important. It's always going to be important. But the most powerful tool in Hollywood right now is word of mouth. It's why Top Gun Maverick made $1.5 billion. I mean, Top Gun Maverick opened to a decent opening weekend. It's not like anyone anticipated $1.5 billion, but word of mouth took it there. That's why Avatar's done so well. Avatar's never opened up huge. They've opened up solid.
Like a slow burn, yeah.
Word of mouth just continues to pick up. This movie right now on a $14.5 million budget is looking like it's going to do something special. So, Jay, what do you know about this film? What can you tell the audience about this film that is impacting so many people?
The movie's about Tim Ballard, who I met one time several years ago. He used to work for Homeland Security. And then long story short, he opened the door of he discovered this horrific world of child sex tourism and stuff. And so he started this organization called Operation Underground Railroad, which a huge shout out to the Geeks and Gamers community, because I don't know if anybody remembers, but 2 years ago on the Drunk 3PO channel, we did a fundraiser for that cause. And when it was all said and done, I think we did about $70,000 for that fundraiser. It's a really important organization that does the dirty work that most people wouldn't do. I'm so glad that, and it's sad that we have to have a film like this to bring awareness to such a horrific thing that's going on in the world. But I do know, when Operation Underground Railroad, let me get that right. When I was, people don't know this, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, but there was a time, and Jeremy knows this, that I was pretty much living in Haiti after the earthquake in 2010. And in Haiti alone, after the earthquake, they estimated about 14,000. I think 14,000 children were kidnapped from the country and put into this horrific thing that's happening. And Underground Railroad, and a lot of the kids were taken into the Dominican Republic. And you can look that up on Google. It's all there. I'm not just stating whatever, but it's all there. And Underground Railroad, and another one that I knew really well called Love 152, did a lot of work there to end it in in a certain area in Dominican Republic where they had these children. I'm not going to go on and on about the whole thing, but it just was it was really something. And I could say today that at least before I left, a lot of that stuff was cleaned up in those countries because of these organizations like that. So I think this is I'm trying not to say too much, but it's awesome to see that there's a lot of attention being brought to what is happening, literally right under our nose.
Yeah, so. And I mean, look at the response. I mean, shockingly, it's even got an 88 critics, but it's 100% audience score right now. 100% audience score. And from what I understand, this is not an easy movie to watch. It's not like this is let's just go have a great time and all. This is a serious topic. You know what I mean? And it's very brutal, but it's a necessary one. I mean, it's also a story that Hollywood typically doesn't want to tell. because again, Hollywood is too busy making up things to pretend that are problems. You know, like, oh, diversity, inclusion, and representation. Oh, we have to worry about that. No, what we should worry about is children being kidnapped.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's such a toxic thing to worry about. This makes me toxic to say that one of the more important things to focus on is our children being kidnapped and trafficked. Yes, that's what we should be focused on.
It's
Not getting more diversity in front of the fucking camera and behind the scenes. Nobody gives a shit about that. It's a made up problem. It's not a real problem. And it's a diversion for us to focus on the real problems.
It's a real sad reality. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a child from Haiti. An earthquake happened, you lose your whole family in a matter of 30 seconds, and then you're just picked up by someone and shipped off to a country where you don't know the language, you don't know anything, and put in horrific circumstances that yeah, like you said, real world problems.
Yep,
So
real problems. And so, you know, if we want to start telling, you know, all these commentaries on movies, and let's just talk about the real problems, not your fake made up problems, Hollywood.